Yesterday I added lavender to here because I had a tomato plant in there and it didn't do anything. And I tried to bury this obelisk as deep as I could, so it gets surrounded just like the echinacea did with that obelisk, which is the same shape as this obelisk. Now, the next project is, and that's what I was just moving, so I'm out of breath, are these stones. There's going to be 4 columns. Basically, it's going to be like this wood here. So it's going to be 3 stones high, and this will be a raised bed with all the green arborvitae that died, breaking down in it to make compost. So once I get the wood slots in here, and of course level all these circle thingies, supports for the wood, then I'm going to try and fill it as best as I can. And I'm not sure what I'm going to plant there. I don't know if it's going to be vegetables or flowers. I really would like to have my dahlias again. I had dahlias up in this flower bed in the front, but because it gets so wet in here, they've dissolved into the ground. I never pulled them out last year and pulled them into the house. And that's not a very sunny spot, which this is very sunny in here. So I think dahlias would kind of be pretty, but we'll see. To be determined. But that's what's going on in the garden right now. All right, time to take a break. Moving that stone was a lot. I need to bring the stones level. And once I get them level, and I have to buy some reinforcement rod to go down and hold them in place, then I can get the wood and measure for that. So the wood fronts will go on, and then I can fill it with dirt like this raised bed. That said, this raised bed I need to weed. The Brussels sprouts sadly had a bug on them that's very spotted and triangular looking. Not the the lantern bug that we have, but another bug that totally killed the Brussels sprouts. Anyway, okay, so lots to do, but after moving these stones, a rest for this old lady. Peace. I bought 3 David Austin roses last year, October 2023. This one is the Audwick rose. Now I gave it some black cow fertilizer, and it looks like it took care of what was starting to have some black spot. The new growth doesn't. I'll be curious to see what this rose looks like when it opens, because that I thought was going to be pink. And the other 2 David Austin roses that I planted are climbers, and I put them over here on my bird cage atrium. And so what boggles my mind is this one, that's the Claire Austin, which I thought was going to be all white. Oh, get off of there, those stupid spotted lanterns. Is a pink rose, although it looks kind of white from the underside. But this is a Claire Austin. It's a climber, and I fertilized with black cow on here as well. And I thought it was going to be all white, and it isn't. I can smell some rose scent to it, which is good, because I didn't when I got the first blooms from it, which was back in the spring, but it was colder and wetter. So as it warms up, it seems like it gets more fragrant. This rose, which, boy, it's been chewed on, had some black spot, but again, I put black cow, and you can see how it's greened up the new growth just by adding the black cow in the soil. This is Test of the Dubervilles, and it's a red climber. So I'll be curious Well, this does have red blooms on it, but this one is what surprises me because I wanted red climbers there and white here, and maybe from the underside it'll be more white, but I've seen the Claire Austin is pure white. So I'm like, why is this pink? But it's beautiful, and it does have a nice rose scent to it. Now the other rose bushes I have, this one was in my yard. I used to have a hedge here like I have on the other side of my house, and this was in the hedge. And it's like a carnation size pink rose that only blooms in April and then it's done. This one, the new growth is greener, and it's a very perfumed rose, and I think it's called Memorial Day, and it's not a climber, it's a bush. And the only other rose I have, well, besides my knockout roses in the front, which those are nice and they're always blooming and they're nice pink, but they're, well, I guess they hold merit on those two things. They always have flowers on them no matter what the season. And now this one, my great aunt gave to my grandmother, and it's huge. It's like 4 foot tall. I'm going to take this off of there if I can. It doesn't have a scent to it, but it's very tall. So maybe I need an arbor out here to add to it so it can climb up. But I need to get some gloves on because yesterday I got where my veins in my hand are, I got a thorn in the top of my hand when I was trying to pull some of this climby stuff off of here. So I need to have gloves on because rose thorns in your skin are no fun. And right on a vein in your hand, doubly no fun. Anyway, that's about it for the garden for this morning. But just curious if anybody else has their Claire Austin rose looking more pink than white, because I really wanted it to be white. And who's using my garden as a bed? I need to get out here and weed whack between my neighbor's house and mine, and I need to pick some of my peppers, maybe. Anyway, so some feral cats that keep the mice out of my house, and I keep my bird bath full of water so they have some water to drink. And they certainly take care of my mice problem. One other thing I want to do today is pull this raspberry bush out because this will multiply and it's very invasive. And I want to put it in a pot like I have my spearmint, because this can grow everywhere as well. And that spearmint, I also in the house have the chocolate mint, which I want to put a pot out here for that. And so I need to do something with this corner. But all in a day's work, and then I have some pansies to plant, which are cute. And we'll end there. Peace. So, Tessa the Dubervilles is what I planted on the side of my house. Claire Austin I didn't buy. I thought I did. And Aldwych Rose I do have in my backyard. So what I have growing on my atrium is the Eden David Austin Rose, and that looks exactly like it should. I just remembered wrong as to what I bought. I had looked at the catalog so many different times and was planning out that when I look back on my order for last year, what I ordered was this rose. So I have a white base of a rose with a pink center growing next to my Tessa the Duberville, which is a red rose. And in the backyard, what I have that's in a bush form is the ALNSWICK David Austin rose, and that's in my backyard. So I have exactly what I ordered. I just didn't remember what I ordered. I knew I had wanted a white and a red climbing rose on my atrium, but what I ordered was a pink rose that had a white base to it. And anyway, they should look pretty. I have one open spot, so maybe I'll add another rose to my atrium. Thanks for watching. Peace. Quick little update. I did pull the raspberry bush out of here today and moved it over to here. So this way it will stay in a pot and not spread through the property. It's looking awfully big in that pot, so hopefully this all works out okay. But one more thing done, and now I don't have to worry about the raspberry bush spreading through this. And I'll try and plant some more roses in here because I just love roses. Thanks for watching. Peace.